Herzlichen Glückwunsch zum 40. Geburtstag.
Gefeliciteerd, Hai.
Happy 40th birthday, Health Action International.
Pongezi Health Action International kwa kuadhimisha miaka 40 tangu uanzilisho wenu.
Kära Hai, gratulerar med 40-årsdagen.
My highlights of the last 40 years, that's how old I am.
I was there in Geneva when we founded HAI 40 years ago.
I always remember the first thing I saw when I joined Oxfam.
There have been many memorable moments.
With all newspapers that are produced by HAI, with wonderful information. I still have them.
In 1984, my memory of HAI was that at the World Health Assembly, we were issuing a newspaper.
The World Health Assembly has always been a really significant time for HAI.
And every morning we actually brought these newspapers to the hotel where the delegates could read them over breakfast.
And absolutely one of my highlights so far was being able to help organise one of the WHA side events in 2020, at which point the conversation around access to medicines for everyone, everywhere was incredibly relevant and important.
My highlight of HAI,
a story of back then, known to both of us, is when HAI and Wemmels were discussing the attitudes of US pharma towards Mexico and Latin America.
When from Amsterdam it was created a very vibrant network of organizations working on especially rational use of drugs in Latin America.
The idea was born to officially present a golden vulture, a gouden gier, to the pharmaceutical company Organon, who sold anabolic steroids to treat malnourished children. A joint campaign which attracted good attention.
And I remember a lot of meetings of all of us discussing with universities, with health professionals and with the public the consequences of the relations between doctors and the pharmaceutical industry.
And of course, many more highlights in our recent and current work on health systems and fairer access to vaccines.
Working with HAI has better positioned CSOs and other health movements in Africa to advance health policies and enabled access and rational use of medicines, from sexual reproductive health commodities to snake bite.
My highlight of the last 40 years.
When we stopped the introduction of direct-to-consumer advertising in Europe.
My highlight is a piece in 2001 in our publication, Highlights. It was about the newly launched Gavi vaccination initiative.
The moment that I had a phone call from Catherine Hodgkin asking me to become her secretary when she started up the HAI Europe office all those years ago.
For a 40-year anniversary, I have to go back to my own HAI beginnings as one of the international coordinators.
It was a turning point in my life.
My very first assignment: organise a summer school in southern Sweden for us.
We were concerned as HAI that the emphasis was on the introduction of new vaccines rather than increasing accessibility to the existing vaccines.
10 days to develop campaigns to promote essential drugs and halt unethical promotion in its tracks.
We have kept up this critique of public-private partnerships throughout the years, and I think our voice is really important there.
What I learned that week was about the power of shared knowledge, participatory activism and international solidarity and friendship, a cocktail that worked as a catalyst for change and proved unbeatable.
My highlight during the last 40 years is the joint HAI and WHO project, Medicine Crisis, a new approach to measurement, that I was part of.
The publishing of the WHO HAI Medicine Crisis Manual.
The most memorable moment was the launch as a side event at the World Health Assembly. The room was packed.
And we all remember that on the first issue of the WHO HAI prize methodology, the HAI logo was not allowed on. We were only allowed to put it, mention HAI on the inside cover. Second edition, luckily was better.
My highlight over the last 40 years.
Some work that stands out is the Health Systems Advocacy Partnership.
The advancement of sexual and reproductive health and health system strengthening work in Africa.
We worked in 4 sub-Saharan countries to contribute to improved access to sexual reproductive health commodities. This project also contributed to my PhD thesis, and I will certainly be forever thankful to HAI
I'm very happy to be part of the story, and I'm very proud of the many successes HAI achieved over the 40 years.
HAI and other NGOs always helped us to think, where is the moral high ground? What should our position be in the global public health community?
We are proud to be associated with HAI over the years and join in this great celebration and achievement.
But the real privilege across these years has been meeting so many interesting people from across the globe doing really interesting work. That's the real memory for me.
So my highlight is actually HAI's and all its members' energetic way of working, which is woven through all HAI does. So it's not just one specific thing, it's the energy that the HAI brings to all they do.
Wonderful, wonderful people I've met through the HAI network, young and old. They have allowed me to learn an enormous amount.
A beautiful organization for action, I hope at least for the next 40 years.
And I wish HAI another 40 years of success.
Vive l'Action Internationale pour la Santé.
Congratulations with wine and flowers.
Thank you and celebrate.